Hey everyone, it's me, Stephanie Nietzsche. Hey, this cup says just one more cup. It should say, it's like just one more book. But anyway, I want to tell you how to get your books into a bookstore. Now, a lot of times when we look up online, the bookstore and what the protocol is, it usually says send an email. Well, I don't know about you, but I've done that and my emails have gone unanswered. How do you feel about your own email? That should say a lot about email in general. A lot of people don't read their email. A lot of people come across scammy and spammy emails. So look at it this way: for you as a writer, a lot of emails you get, I'm sure, are from book clubs and from people that say they want to help you promote your book and all that. It's not true. So I'm sure bookstores get the same email. So follow protocol, so that way at least you could say, well, I did email, so they can't get mad, and maybe call them on the phone and ask to speak to or ask how to go about getting your book on their shelf. And then it just goes from there. And then be prepared. So now also, if you don't get any information from the person that you speak to on the phone, wait a few days. And there's nothing wrong with going in yourself and having your book ready, but also have your price point ready. And depending on where you live, that could be a different story. So sometimes there's a 50-50, like if your book is on wherever you're selling your book. If it's, let's say, for $12.99, sometimes there's a 50-50 customary price point. Also, bookstores tend to lean toward the more expensive side. So possibly while you're giving your book for $6.50, they could be selling your book for $10.50, well, it would be more than $10.50, but you know what I mean. So take that into consideration. Also, there is consignment, which isn't bad because a bookstore might not want to lay out money for a book that they don't know if it's going to sell. Everybody wants to make money. You, the writer, you want to make something off of your book. Well, maybe not, because then again, I just want my books read. I'm very happy when my books are read, when they find a home, and I'm even more happy when my books get a review. So that right there is everything to me. But having my book in a bookstore and being able to say my book is in a bookstore, it adds something. It adds some prestige, You're an author and your book is in a bookstore. So you could go those routes. You can write the email, you can make the phone call, you can show up in person. You also don't want to hold up the line, and you want to have the timing right. Don't just, when you come in, like, read the room. See what's going on. Is the person behind the counter or the register busy talking to someone else? So they look like they're doing something. Are they on the phone? Don't hover around. Wait for the right opportunity, because if you make them feel like you're an annoying author just by trying to get your book in the bookstore, they're going to say, hey, once the book is here, this author may be super annoying by calling me all the time and say, hey, did my book sell? Did my book sell? Do you need more books? So just, take your time. You're in no rush. Now, another thing is, if for some reason the bookstore doesn't seem interested in your book, and of course, as the author, you believe in your book, what you can do is offer a copy. Offer a copy and say, I would like to give you a complimentary copy. How about, you put it out and we see if it sells. See how it goes. See, because that really can make all the difference. It's all about sales for the bookstore. Of course, the bookstore wants a good book. They want the best writing possible with the least amount of errors, and they want it to look professional. They want the cover to look good. They want the formatting to look good. They want the story to be good. Also, they may say, I'll take your book and I'll read it and I'll get back to you. So be ready to give them information such as your email address or your phone number. And this is why it's always good to have a bookmark as well, because you could just slide that bookmark right into the book and it looks good. And then if the bookstore does choose to take your book, you offer the bookstore bookmarks, not only for in your book, but for the bookstore themselves to give out to their customers, because it's a win-win for both of you. And then you can make videos on how your book is in a bookstore, right? So At the end of the day, for a writer to be able to say their book is in a bookstore, regardless of how it got there, or if you're making any money on it or not, your book's in a bookstore. I think that right there says a lot. Okay, everybody, I'm Stephanie Nietzsche. I would love to hear your bookstore stories. Is your book in a bookstore, or are your books in a bookstore? Is this something you're going to try yourself? I'd love to hear how it went. Okay, or I'd love to hear you're going to start it, right? Don't procrastinate. Right after this video, I would start looking into the bookstores if you're not already into one. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.